Hello guys, welcome
guys.
to another episode of Takeouts. I'm your host, Cuevas.
And I'm your co-host, Lisa Perez.
And our guest is David
Barrios.
Barrios.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, if you guys did not know, David Barrios is valedictorian, rank 1 in Lynn Tech, captain, big dog of football. Tell me, David, what's up? How you doing?
I've been all right. You know, senior year is almost about to wrap up. Just can't wait to graduate. Almost done.
Nice. So where are you going? What are you doing after high school?
After high school, I'm heading to Tufts University. I'll play football there as well. And then that's where I'm going to begin my pre-med track. So,
Ivy League school?
No. Like, people sometimes mistake it as an Ivy League school, but
Okay.
it's not an Ivy League school.
That's great. Tufts is, what's the acceptance rate is like 14%?
Something around there, like 12, 14.
That's a hard school to get
Yeah, it's
in.
amazing.
That's crazy.
Thank you.
Congrats on that.
Also, what advice would you give yourself as an upcoming freshman to the university?
I think my biggest thing would just try to be like stay calm. Like it's gonna be like a new adjustment, so stay calm and like just like enjoy myself, not worry too much about it, and like just honestly just live in the moment.
True.
So I know how you're ranked 1 in the school. You do so much community service. Like your community service blows up the roof. Like Skills USA. Tell me, what makes you different from other people?
I would just say like I am really passionate about these things, so that makes me want to keep doing it even more, and like that's like my motivation. Like my purpose is to do it because I like doing it, I enjoy doing it, and that's what makes me continue doing it.
That's great.
That's nice.
Well, you know how we always have food. We're gonna be munching on food. We actually made it grilled grilled cheese with ham, and we got barbecue chips and platanos. So, shout out to my Dominicans. So we'll keep going throughout. Let's take a bite and see how everything is.
Oh, yes.
Wow. I make the best.
Should we do a little cheese test? See if it's cheesy?
Try it.
All right.
It's all right. It's a little cheesy. So David, you have so many awards. I looked you up. You have so many awards. You have the High Honor Roll, Recepted, Football Captain Awards, Boston Harald Dandy Dozen. You have a whole bunch. And I heard that recently you won gold for community service at States for Skills USA, and now you're going to nationals to Kentucky.
You know, like that's exciting. Like to have all your hard work and then like to see your hard work like come to fruition. Like all these awards, like they come from like it's not just myself doing all this work. It's obviously a big team effort, and like we all are able to get lucky enough to get recognized. So that's big. You know, I'm looking forward to Kentucky. It's always fun. Last year we got robbed away from our gold, so this year we're going again.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully we get our gold again. You know, we got it last year. Didn't get it last year, but
So 3 times in a row, won gold from States. And now you went 3 times in a row to nationals, to Kentucky. That's great. So can you tell me, what's that feeling that you have when you do this community service project? Like,
you know, it always feels good to be able to like impact someone's life, and then like I always say, like being able to go home, open the door with a smile on your face, and like all that, like you're smiling because you put a smile on someone else's face. So it's just very impactful for me as like just like an individual to do so much, and like I might think it's a little small, like minusculous, like act that I'm doing, but I never know truly like how impactful it might be for like a little kid or like a homeless veteran. And so it's always like huge to be able to be a part of someone's life like that.
It's always good to like stay positive and like keep your faith up, you know?
No, that's true.
And
that's
then
very true.
Also, what is one tradition that you admired and enjoyed throughout your high school career?
I would say shop wars. That's like probably like the biggest thing. Like you guys know it. You guys are from Lynn Tech too, so like that whole week it's all intense. Like Edward, he's like in TV media. I'm in health tech, so like we don't even talk that week. Like that's how intense it is.
It gets that intense, people.
It gets that intense. Like you do not want to talk to nobody else except if they're in your own shop.
Yeah,
so
it's like so competitive.
you know, so I think that's one of like the best traditions we've had at Lynn Tech. So
what I'm so amazed at you, like what I see you as a man, is that you're ranked 1 with a 4.4 GPA. captain of a football team and play many sports, track, swimming, and you're on top of that, you're doing community service, honor society. Tell me, like, how do you keep up with all those things?
Like, it's hard. I'm not gonna sit here and say, I just do it, like, wake up and do it. It's definitely hard, but it's always good to have people, like, on your side that motivate you every day, that push you to work harder, and, like, just doing it with people who mean a lot to you. So, like, it's like you forget that you're working hard. You're just living, like, with the people that's closest to you. So, like, that's why I'm very fortunate to have, like, a close net of friends who care about me and I care about them, and we all work hard together to make all these things come to life.
I know, like, from my perspective, I was, like, seeing, like, you and, like, Edward and, like, Mari. You guys, like, try really hard for, like, what you want, and, like, you guys, like, have, like, a good friendship with one another, basically.
Yeah, and it's crazy to, like freshman year, like, we all came to Tech.
Yeah.
We're all very close friends, and then, like, over the years, like, we became brothers. And, like, it's an amazing friendship. Like, we just became, like, almost like if we, like, lived with each other this whole time. So, very fortunate to have very close friends.
How is it gonna feel right after high school when you graduate, like, separating from each other? You guys are gonna, like, see each other?
Yeah, like, I've thought about that too. Like, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be tough. Like, it's gonna be difficult. Like, Edward, wherever he decides to go, if he decides on Southern Maine, like, obviously he's, like, in a whole other state.
Right.
It's like 2 hours away.
Yeah. He's going far.
He's going far. And then Amar's going to Bridgewater, which is like an hour, 40 minutes away. So, like, I know, like, we're going to, like, hang out on the weekend and stuff like that. Like, we talked about it, like, take a train, meet up in Boston, or who knows what we do, but we're definitely not going to lose contact.
Right.
Like, there's no way that's happening.
Right.
So, as long as we just maintain the communication amongst each other, like we're going to be very good friends for a long, long time.
I want to get more in football at Tufts. So I know you played free safety and you was quarterback at Lynn Tech. So Tufts recruited you for what position?
They recruited me for free safety. That's what I was hoping to play. Because, like, quarterback is fun, it's flashy. Like, you get to score the touchdowns or the touchdown passes. But honestly, like I like getting, like, down and like, it's going to sound kind of weird, down and dirty. And, like, on defense, like you could go make sure you get the big hit and stuff like that. Like, that's what I like seeing, like, stopping the offense. So, like, I was very, like, happy when they told me that that's what they were recruiting me for free safety. So I'm looking forward to it.
As a freshman coming into Tufts University, what role are you planning to play? Like,
honestly, like, I really hope to get the starting position, but obviously there's other guys that's been there, like, ahead of me.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a competition to see who can get the starting role. But honestly, like, as long as I get some playing time, like, even if I'm just, like, a scout team player, like, warming, like to get the other team prepared for their game on Saturday. So as long as I'm able to be a part of the team and like, add in some sort of way, like, I'm happy. But honestly, like, my goal is to go and compete for the starting job. So we'll see how it turns out once I get there.
And so who motivated you and, like, inspired you to, like, do what you're doing, basically?
Honestly, like, having, like, that Spanish, like, background, like, my parents are, like, a big motivating factor. Like, like, they work so hard every day, day in and day out, to make sure, like, me, my older brother, my little sister, like, we're, like, well off. Like, we have everything that we need. So, like, seeing them work so hard, like, I dedicated my whole time to make sure, like, their efforts are worthwhile.
Right.
So.
And they're not born here, right? They wasn't born in the U.S., so it was, like, a hard time. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so they immigrated from Guatemala probably, like, about now, like, I'd like to say, like 18 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Like 21 years ago, because Nelson's about to turn 20. And he was born in L.A., so they came to L.A. And then after they were in L.A. for, like, about a year and a half, that's when Nelson was born. And then my older brother, like, and then they came to Massachusetts. I guess there was, like, more job opportunities and stuff like that, so they traveled from one side of America all the way to the other side. So obviously that's very hard to do. So, like, it's just very amazing to see, like, what they're really, like, committed. Like, they're so committed to us. They're so committed to making sure, like, we have a brighter future. So I just want to work hard and make sure, like, that all their effort and all their hard work is put into good use.
Right. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. Because, like,
yeah,
for example, me, like, I have immigrant parents, too.
Cool.
So like my mom, she went to like Los Angeles at first, and then she
Oh.
like, yeah. So she went to Los Angeles first, and then she went all the way to like Lynn, Massachusetts to like start working here, which was like a better opportunity.
So it's crazy how like we can all like sort of relate to the same
Yeah.
thing, and
Yeah, it's like because as a lot of people know, it's not easy coming to America, especially knowing learning different languages, trying to learn the language. I talked to a lot of people about this, especially Pedro. I know we have a lot of talk about this. It's not easy. It's hard, and if you're from here, you have to take a big advantage towards it. And that's what you're doing. You was born here, and you're taking a big advantage towards it, and I'm proud of you for that.
thank you.
Now, so let's talk more about your community service project. I know last year you did the veterans, homeless, and this year now you're doing the literacy project. Can you tell me more about that literacy project? I heard like it's going intense.
Yeah, so last year, towards the end of the school year, it was June, and we were like sitting down wondering like how we're gonna top our previous project. So like, it was hard to find out like our initial goal for this year. Then that's when we came up with the idea for like promoting literacy and vocational education. And then at Lynn Tech, in the new building, the annex, we have 16 kindergarten classrooms. Like we see little kindergartners like almost every day, like going from class to class. But like obviously we just see them, maybe wave hi because they're cute, they're adorable. Other than that, we have no type of interaction. So we wanted to see if we can like make a connection between us and those 16 kindergarten classrooms. So that's how like our whole literacy project sort of began. So like, and then in June we did like a back to school like sort of like care package drive sort of, where we collected all these items like pens, markers, pencils, anything that you'd want and need for the start of the school year. So we collected about like roughly like 350 care packages. Then at the start of the school year, we went to Washington Elementary School, which is right across the street. We've had like pretty close connection with them before. So all the students there, they got like all the stuff that they needed to start off the school year right. It was good because like growing up, we never didn't have all these like essential things.
Right.
So to like make sure that we put these like stuff in these little kids' hands, that's very impactful for me. And then we moved on from that. And that was our first thing. And then our next thing was that the kindergarteners at Lynn Tech, like their recess yard is literally a parking lot.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure like they had like something fun that they could do, and like so like what we thought about is painting like popular kids books on paver tiles. So like like it was something like to decorate their recess yard, something they can do to like they could jump around from tile to tile, read a book.
Yeah.
So that's what we did as well, and it was from the books Big Brown Bear. I'm sorry.
Brown
And then The Caterpillar, Very Hungry Caterpillar.
Yeah, those are very popular children's books.
And we did those two books, and initially like we drew every single page on the tile, and then we talked to the teacher. We said, hey, like, do you think it'd be worth it to actually write the letters in and the words in on the pavers? And they told us that I didn't know was like that kindergartners and like kids of younger ages, like at that point they don't know how to read. Yeah. So what they do is they memorize like the book, like, and they try to tell their story from the
pictures.
The pictures, yes. So like I never knew that, and like I was like, wow, like once I found that out, I'm like, I remember doing that. Like I didn't know how to read.
Yeah.
I was just retelling the story from what they told me. So I was like, yeah, like that makes sense. So and then we were able to put those in, and then the next thing we did was our book drive. So our goal was to get about 15,000 books to give away for free, since there's about like 15,000 students in the Lynn Public Schools. So we wanted to match that number by providing those 15,000 free books to every student. Obviously, not every single kid's gonna have the opportunity to come to our school and get the books. So that was our goal, about 15,000. And then after like going out in the community, our school and our students raising money, we raised $12,500. And like, with that money, we surpassed our goal of 15,000 books, and we were able to get 20,000 books. So that was like our big like out of the park. Like we were like all like very happy about that. And then like the big day came. It was December 15th that we let everyone come in, And that day, a lot of families came. We gave a lot of books. I think at the end of the day, we only had about like 2,000 books left, so that's very good.
Yeah, compared to 15,000, yeah, it's a blowout. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, thank you. And then with the remainder books, what we did, we went to like after school programs like the Greg House. We gave books away there. And then what we've been working on the whole time was our own children's book that we wanted to promote vocational careers. So obviously, like our initial idea was to read to the kindergarteners, but we also wanted them to understand what we do at Lynn Tech, like our like carpenters, our health programs, our plumbing. Like obviously, like they know about it, but
They're not real familiar with
yeah,
what
they're
we
not
actually
really
do.
familiar in like what they do. So like that was our goal. It was to find a book and read it to them, but like there's no book that existed like that. So that's when like we all got together. We'd get together and like make like a plot line and like characters and stuff like that. So we were able to release our book. It's called Tech Goes to Tigertown, an adventure in vocational education. And we're actually selling the books if you guys wanna buy them.
I'll put it right there in the link. I'll put a picture right there, which is perfect for you guys.
It's a little self plug. But yeah, we're selling the books, and like everyone is like blown away because this is something that's never been done before.
Yeah.
So like this is something that we're very proud of. And I remember like when we had the little kids over and we read them the story, like they were able to like make connections and be like, oh, that's an electrician. And like it was surprising to see that some of them knew about it. And it was good that some of them didn't know about it because at the end, after we read the book, that's when they became familiar. And that was like seeing like our goal being accomplished.
Yeah.
So that was huge.
That's intense, man. That's
really is.
crazy. And like the author is like, who's the author towards the book?
The author is honestly like our whole Lynn Tech chapter because we'd all get together, we'd all sit down and like say like, hey, like, what should we do? And like, what are we gonna do? Like the whens, the whys. So it was really a whole team effort. I'm really glad of like the people I'm able to be there with.
That is crazy.
So they all help out a ton.
Wow, Lynn Tech, Skills USA makes a children's book, vocational education and literacy awareness. Tech Goes to Tigertown. I'll definitely put that up there and show you guys how it looks. You guys can buy a copy. $20 is the copy, right?
Yeah. So give me a second.
Yeah, he's enjoying the food. You know,
That's
he
sandwich,
was
that's
talking.
sandwich.
He was talking a lot. But Tech Goes to Tigertown is a great book for children. You guys should definitely purchase it. If whoever's watching out there, definitely support us. And it's for a big cause. And hopefully you guys just take us throughout.
Yes.
Lisa, what do you think about the book?
Me,
Have you actually seen it? Read it?
I've seen it, but I haven't read it.
Oh,
You
you
have to
haven't read
read
it?
it.
Oh, we're gonna have to
So
get you a
definitely,
copy.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna purchase it, like for sure. Probably like right after,
Yeah,
but yeah, we'll see.
definitely. But yeah, wow, man, you got us there. That was good. That was great. That's awesome that you definitely like high school kids can actually make a difference like that, and high school kids can actually have their mindset as forward as you do, and that's great that you're being like such a great leader. Showing not only that you're the valedictorian of the school, but you're also like the big dog of community service in the city.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And so I was looking in the newspaper the other day, and I seen Lynn Educator newspaper, and I seen Sweethearts valedictorian. A girl goes to Lynn English, valedictorian Lynn English, and she's going to Duke University, right?
Yeah, my girlfriend, Chrisnades Defo, she got accepted to Duke, and that was her top school. That was her favorite school. And when she got accepted, I was very happy for her. So that's where she decided to go. And then what I was talking about is like the newspaper, like they were interviewing us separately. And then they asked her, they were like, oh, do you know a kid named David Barrios from Lynn Tech? She was like, do I know him? That's my boyfriend. And then that's when they decided to take a photo of us. It was really cool. Spencer, the photographer, it was funny because that day it was snowing, like a couple days before it was snowing. He was like, hey guys, I know you guys might be mad at me, but if you guys sit on the ledge where the snow is, it's gonna be a really cute picture. You might get wet, but it's gonna be a really cute picture. But it was awesome. Spencer's a great guy. He wiped it off, and then we sat there. The picture came out phenomenal, and then I seen the article. It was a really wonderful,
The article
well-written article.
I'll put the article also up there and show you guys. Those a couple goals right there. But yeah, so David, tell me what's up next? What are you planning to do next?
Gotta give me a second, my guy.
Oh, my fault. Enjoy
He's
it.
enjoying this.
Enjoy
The
the
sandwich
food.
so good.
Enjoy the food, man. But yeah, definitely. Also, about Lynn Tech is that everyone is involved in Lynn Tech with the community service project. It's not just like just like a group of kids is doing it. The group of kids do led the whole school to it, but it's definitely a whole school effort, and everyone it's great how everyone interacts with each other. Pushes each other to do great in the community service project.
Very true.
And it's like Lynn Tech is there.
Yeah, that's something that I really admire from Lynn Tech. I really don't regret going to other schools instead of Lynn.
There's no other school that will interact with each other like that,
Yeah.
Lynn Tech does.
Very true. Very
And
true.
that's why I really don't like is that we're not, a lot of people are not acknowledging that what we do as a school. I feel like they just have to be there to see it.
Yeah.
Because it's
you certainly have to be there to understand how big, and how impactful these things are.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely intense. You've seen these little kids' faces, reading these books. It's definitely a life changing.
Yeah. Very true.
So David, tell me, my man, what's going on, man?
Right now, I really is just trying to focus on ending the school year on the right foot. I've been just working out, getting ready for football, and just preparing just for the next journey. Because who knows? I don't know what I'm getting into, but we're gonna find out. I'll find out. So I'm just right now just making sure I'm ending my high school career on the right note, so that I can follow my new journey in college on the right note as well. So
What are you studying in college?
in college, I'm majoring in biology to start my pre-med track. So and then my 4 years to get my bio degree. Then I'm gonna move on to medical school. So it's gonna be tough, but gonna have to make it work out,
So
right?
that's what you've been doing, man. You've been living through tough times and
Yeah.
you've been shining it out. Man, that's great, though. That's all we have for takeouts. I appreciate David Barrios.
Thank you for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Awesome problem.
Wow. Just want to eat, to be honest. But thank you for watching Takeouts. I hopefully see you in the next episode. You got the guys David Barrios, Lisa Perez as our other host, and I'm Cuevas, and we're out.